All right, my name is Major Jeff Connor. I'm the Chief Deputy Sheriff of the Madison County Sheriff's Department, and I'm here to give you a little bit more details of the tragic events that took place yesterday. I can tell you that on April 2nd at 10:26 a.m., a 911 call was routed to the Collinsville Police Department. That call eventually was sent to the Sheriff's Office because the house where the call was pinged at came from our venue. The person that called that, you can hear a female in the background screaming, and then a couple of what appears to be gunshots in the background. Our deputies were currently at an armed barricade subject unrelated to this, so Collinsville police they were the first ones to respond, and upon their arrival, they located two deceased females on the outside of this house. The house is located at 1075 McDonald Lake Road. That is in Collinsville, but unincorporated Collinsville. Those deceased females have now been identified as one, Jamie L. Joyner, Joiner, a female that was 30 years old, and she lived at that location. The other female is her sister, Jessica Joyner, 34 years old, from California. The suspect that was later apprehended by Illinois State Police and other deputies north of our area is being identified as Adam Cobb, C-O-B-B. He's 32 years old, from 1075 McDonald Lake Road, and this morning at 4:40 a.m. he was pronounced deceased, reference to the traffic stop which led to the Illinois State Police involvement. We are not here to talk about what happened up there. That is the Illinois State Police and their investigation. I can tell you about what took place in Collinsville, and what we know from our investigators is that there apparently was a separation in place between Jamie and Adam, and Jamie lived there, and she had notified him that she was going to be moving, and we believe that her sister flew in from California, possibly the day before, to assist her in moving. They pulled up with a U-Haul, a rented U-Haul, and a car, and at some point a disturbance took place, and Mr. Cobb shot both females. We believe they were both shot either in the head or the neck region, and he also shot a family dog which was deceased at the scene. So he fled the scene, and with the investigators were able to help track him down, and that led to his apprehension, which was the pursuit that ended with the state police. This is just a tragic event, and our thoughts, our prayers go out to the Joyner family, but also the Cobb family. There's several families that their lives have been turned upside down because of these events, and we just wanted to put some clarity and to end any speculation of what took place, that all parties involved in this now are deceased. We will continue to investigate this, and but at this point we have nothing really further to release, but if you have some questions that I can answer, I'll take any questions.
Do you know who made the 911 call?
It is believed that it is probably going to be Jamie. That's based upon a phone that was located by her.
The gun, did Adam own it? Did he legally own it? Do you know
We can tell you that it's a large caliber gun. There's evidence at the scene that we believe the same caliber gun was used at the scene and was located with him during the traffic stop. Forensics will later determine if it was in fact the same weapon, but the evidence suggests that it is.
Did he have a history of any sort of criminal history or domestic violence?
I don't know if we really have much of a criminal history. I'll refer to our investigators, but I don't believe there was really a criminal history warning or anything like that.
No excessive calls or anything that you guys had
Not that we're aware of.
responded to that house?
Not that we're aware of. We do know that Jamie was from Missouri, but was living with him and had taken residence there.
Can you clarify the relationship? So Jamie was his ex-girlfriend, is that right?
Yes, Jamie was the female that was living there and was there to break up, had notified him that she was going to be moving out. And then her sister is Jessica, who flew in the night before, or the day before, we believe, from California. And she came in just to help her move out.
Do we know who was shot first?
That we don't know. We could speculate, but some of these things we'll never know. It goes back to just a tragic event.
Did Adam say anything to you guys to investigators on the phone prior?
That because of some specific details that I don't want to get into that. There's some investigative things that were being done that I don't want to get into, but I can tell you that that the phone helped us locate him, at least his general location, and then the deputies, I believe in Montgomery County, may have spotted his vehicle based upon some information we were getting from technology.
Were there any neighbors that made any calls or anybody interviewed that might have witnessed it?
At this point, we don't have any witnesses. It's a rural area. There's not like a next door neighbor to this location, but we're continuing that and willing to talk to anyone who might have information. But this is pretty much a domestic situation that ended in a tragedy. And once again, we really our thoughts go out to all these families, the Joyner family and the Cobb family. They're both going through a lot right now.
What happens next with this investigation now that Adam Cobb is dead? Where do you guys go from here?
Well, we will finish any leads that come in and still do a thorough and complete investigation on what took place on McDonald Lake. Illinois State Police is separately handling the incident that took place up north, and then we will compare notes and compare reports and the forensics of what they received and what we were able to obtain. Illinois State Police crime scene was on the scene and took care of all the evidence. But we also want to thank the other officers, the Collinsville Police Department, Illinois State Police, the Pontoon Beach Police Department, the Madison County Coroner's Office. This is hard for anybody to walk up and see these two deceased bodies outside of a residence.
Can you, I'm sorry.
In general, in domestic cases like this, is there any advice you can give to people involved to avoid these kind of tragedies?
You know, I think the main thing is just to seek help, seek counseling, seek advice from anyone outside. Is, you know, nobody should be subjected to any type of domestic violence. Now, what led up to this breakup? I'm not here to say there was a violent relationship. I'm just here to say that there was a tragic end to everything at 10:26 a.m. yesterday.
Can you speak to, though, oftentimes there is a danger factor for women that are leaving partners.
Mhm.
Can you speak to that aspect of this case and in general?
It's hard to be specific because every case is different. You know, there's amiable breakups, so every case is different. But the fact that she brought somebody with her, I would offer that as advice. This particular case ended up in a tragic event, but you know, it's hard to. I would just mainly seek professional help and counseling with your specific situation.
Does the victims have families here in this area?
Yes, there is. There are some in the region. In the region, yes.
And I'm sorry, could you spell the victim's last name again?
Joiner, Jamie, Jamie, and Jessica, Jessica.
Do you have a prior mugshot of Adam?
I do not.
This may be a better question for ISP, but do we know if the gunshot wound he suffered was self-inflicted or from the trooper?
That's a good question, and you're right. That would be a question for Illinois State Police. Right?
Was anyone else at the residence besides the two women victims?
No, that's it. All right, thank you all very much. Appreciate your time coming out on a Sunday, but like I said, we wanted to get clarity and answer a lot of questions as quickly as we could. All right, thank you.